Hi, I'm here to talk about 5 ways that we could be aging ourselves with our makeup application. Just watch. First, we may not be paying attention to our under eye. You see, this eye has been color corrected. I've been using the COLLEEN ROTHSCHILD Color Illuminating Tinted Eye Cream, and this slight peach tint dulls down this blue U underneath my eye. On this side, it is undone. So what you need to do, as we get older, this area, it loses collagen, it gets thinner. So this area tends to just look more blue as we age. If you color correct it with the opposite color that it is on the color wheel, if this is blue, the opposite is peach, you'll cover it. You also want to make sure with your concealer that you are going in 1 to 2 shades lighter than your natural complexion, and that you're just strategically placing and not applying too much to this area. This area is very delicate and it just cannot take a lot of product. So certainly don't bring your foundation up to this area. Color correctors and concealers are the only 2 things, and light powder to set are the only 3 things that should go underneath our eyes. On the other side, I am going to apply a concealer that's a little too heavy. It's pretty close to the color, but I'm going to show you if someone were to go in like that, just applying way too much, what's going to happen. And the results may not show immediately, but they will throughout the day. You're going to start to see creasing. You're going to start to see a buildup in this area, and the nooks and crannies are going to show, I promise you. So right now, looks might be deceiving. It might look flawless. In an hour, it's going to look too caked up and too makeup-y, for lack of a better word. You'll also want to make sure that this area is well blended, that there's no mark of demarcation between the concealer shade and your complexion shade. And also, let's move into powder. You want to choose a very light, translucent powder for underneath the eye. I'm using e.l.f.'s, I believe it's Soft Glow, Halo Glow Setting Powder, yes. So there's just a little bit in the bottom here. Make sure that you're tapping out and then applying. That is truly all you need to set the under eye. Now let me show you the other side. I'm going to use a little bit slightly heavier powder. This is the Ben Nye Pretty Pink. This has its purpose, but not for under the under eye, I don't believe. I'm going to put about that much, which is, well, we're doing the wrong side. So if we're applying too heavily, let's see, just go in, maybe not tapping off, just going directly in. Okay. Again, on screen right now, it probably isn't looking that bad, but here it's, without the lights, it looks too made up, and it's going to start settling here very, very shortly, and it's not going to be pretty. For foundation, I chose a medium to full coverage. I feel like, especially for special occasions, I need that to cover up some dark spots and imperfections. But this is a very, very pretty foundation. Very skin-like. It's already on my skin right now, but I will show you. That is what it looks like. But it just, I apply it, I'll apply just a touch more. I apply it with a sponge, and I don't wet it down. That's just particularly for this foundation, that's how I do it. No water on the sponge, just right in, okay? And it matches the shade of my natural complexion pretty well. And I brought it down my neck and in my ears as well. Now, let's go on to a medium to full coverage that's not my complexion. This is MAC Studio Fix, and I do use this occasionally. I'll mix foundations if I need a darker shade when I self-tan. But if you take this bad boy and apply too much, the wrong shade, that's way, way, way too much. And let's not even use a sponge. Let's just say we're using fingers. Maybe we even forget our neck. Yikes. Okay. Oh, this just feels so heavy. I can't even take it. I can't take place in it on my face like this. Ah. Okay. All right. It's not my natural shade. You're going to see the difference between my neck and my face. And it just does not have a natural feel to it. Under the lighting, again, you might think, oh, that doesn't look that bad. But I step away from the light, in an hour or so, if someone were to be talking with me, they would say probably, oh, she put on way too much makeup, and it does not, and her neck and chest and face do not match. So I personally don't feel that that is appealing. So we also want to pay attention to our eyebrows. We certainly don't want to block them in. We want to just carve an outline very, very softly. And then for that tail, I would not even use the dark liner or the dark eye pencil. I would go in with, if I could find it, what's it called? Lift and snatch. And create that wing very, very softly and flick it up. The end, just very, very carefully. And remember to get that arch. We put our pen against our nose like this at the at the highest point. That is where your arch is. Oh, that's real attractive. Okay. And then we don't want to go, I don't want to do this again. Put the cap back on. And then you put this at the end of your eye, the outer eye, and you don't want to go past that part. Okay. So there we are with a semi carved out eyebrow. I would go into and lift it in the inner corner. Lift, lift, lift. And then maybe go back in with some feather-like strokes to create even more of a natural look to my eyebrow. Just had it. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if this has enough in it. But let's just say that instead of carving out nice little hair-like strokes, let's say we just go all in, forget feather strokes, forget being light-handed, going past that brow, that outer eye, not thinking about our arch, maybe going a little too heavy here. That's going to do one thing only, and that is going to make you look like you have a scowl on your face and that you're angry. That's just what that does, okay? So be very careful. And we learn from our mistakes, right? I'm not trying to be critical. I'm trying to be tutorial. That creates a little bit of a lift. This does nothing for me. Okay. Pay attention to our blush and our blush placement. We want to make sure that our blush is placed in the correct spot. And that would be high on our cheekbones. Never go straight in with this product. This is Merit's Persimmon. Tap it out, put it very high up. Creates kind of like that watercolor effect. Seamless. Can't really tell where one thing starts and the other ends. It just very seamless, one canvas. Okay. Now I can go a little heavy-handed with the blush, so I have to be very careful because that can age us as well. I have to be very careful. Okay. All right, the other side, what can happen? And liquids and creams work better for maturing skin. If I go in straight with a, let's do a heavy powder, and this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. This is House Labs. I love this, but placed incorrectly and too heavily, trying to blend that in so it's not so I didn't do it so drastically, but we have to admit that we have seen this. The semi-clown cheek, correct? We're trying to place still with the rosy part of our cheek, and it just no longer works there. It works a lot better angled in this direction and high up on our cheekbones. We also need to be concerned with our lip liner, that we are not just going straight in, such as this, and not blending it, okay? I love this lip liner. This is wonderful, but we need to blend it a little more, right? So I would go a little lighter. Let's go with Elf's, what is this? Something Bare, Truth or Bare. Let me sharpen it just real quickly here. I didn't do much. Very lightly above the line, below the line, just slightly. Okay, and watch the lip shade. You want to, whatever you're most comfortable with, but if you're trying to look the most youthful, normally satin finishes that are a lighter shade are going to be more flattering to our skin. Perhaps L'Oreal's Peach Fuzz has a satiny finish. Well, first, let's blur out this lip line a little bit. And you can do that with any kind of brush. This is a straight edge eye brush. I don't even know if I have the shade of lip that we need to even match this. I do not even have a matte dark lipstick because I just normally don't buy them, but this is by Estee Lauder. Again, a perfect lipstick, but just for demonstration purposes, this is a little too dark for what we're going for. Okay, are we seeing the difference? Yeah, we see the difference, right? Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And by no means, I am never giving these suggestions as a slam on how anyone else is doing their makeup. To each his own. If something is making you happy, please, please, please keep doing it. But I just wanted to give some helpful suggestions if you were looking for how to lighten things up a little bit more and to look and feel a little bit more youthful over 50. Okay, so please like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear from you. Please list ideas of what you would like for me to cover, and maybe I will be doing that next on the channel. I will see you back here soon at Glow Up Over 50 with Kim. All right, bye.